Yo, Nathan, what's good, bro? Brother, any predictions for today? I'm gonna see buys on gold, buys on NAS 100, and I'm still in my position from yesterday from GBP. It's good, Taro. Thanks for the like, bro. Welcome to the stream, man. Predictions today so far, though. I want to see a pullback down here for some continuation buys on gold. I want to see a pullback. I want to see this low get retook on this 5-minute chart on NAS 100. So I want to buy in this area, but this didn't have enough structure for me. So I need to see this low get retook. Yeah, I'm gonna look for buys on NAS 100. Then this is the same position from yesterday. I'm put some music on real quick. Let's see. So I want some. I think I went over this there already. Let's see what else we got to offer though. We got some sales below here on NGD USD. We'll check out these equal lows. I mean this previous low. GA, delete that. I don't want to touch that. EU, there's some buys as we get this pullback right over here. AU, don't really want to touch that. GU, don't really want to touch that. EJ, don't want to touch that. Don't want to touch UJ. Okay, we could actually see something. What's up with UJ? It was good. It was quiet. These hot Cheetos busting. Thanks for the likes, bro. Welcome to the stream, man. If y'all new in the chat, let me know what y'all trading. How y'all trading? Y'all trade futures, y'all trade Forex. What y'all like? broker do you use for Forex? It's called CoinEx. Unregulated? Yes, it is. You trade on MFF? No, I do not. That's what it's called. Let me know if my music too loud. And TikTok chat. If y'all, I don't even know if y'all can trade at all, to be honest. Or I heard mixed things about CoinEx. I was looking into it, but was a bit turned off. But I heard about withdrawal issues. I ain't never had no withdrawal issues. They pay me out. Yeah, I don't know. Fentanyl. I never used MFF. I would assume those within 48 hours. That's what most people do. 48 hours. Or within 48 hours. Shouldn't be longer than that. But as far as coins, I never had no problem with withdrawals. I gave my withdrawals fast. Liquid markets. I think liquid markets is the same as swing markets. It was swing markets first, but swing markets had to rebrand or something like that to liquid markets. Yeah, I use swing markets, yeah. But when they stopped being sway charts, sway markets, I stopped using them. I use them when they were sway markets, but yeah, the charts are bad. I don't chart on my broker anyway. I use them when they were sway charts, but when they switched to liquid markets or something, whatever, I haven't used them since then. Shit, I don't know. It's been a couple months. I think I started with them in the beginning of this year, January. I think when I first was using them, I requested a withdrawal, and it sent me an email asking me why do I want to withdraw. And I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Nigga, I don't really tell you why I want to withdraw, bitch. It's my money. But they still approved withdrawal anyway afterward. When that first happened, I'm like, nah, I don't know about this broker, bro. Bro, why the fuck I tell you why I gotta move my money, bro? That's just yeah. Your withdrawal request has been seized. It is being processed. Why would you like to withdraw? I'm like, bro, fuck you mean why I want to withdraw? Bitch, it's my money. They confirm my withdrawal though. But other than that, um, I haven't had no problem with withdrawals. No, yeah, that was crazy. To ask me why I want to withdraw, bitch. Like, what you mean why I want to withdraw? Do I need a reason? The fuck? Where my phone at, bro? Hand me down a cold winter slice was ugly as a kid. Lord forgive my sins. But I think I gotta restart the TikTok live, bro. I'm still a grimy nigga with this pole A high head. They graze up, dab me up, and don't get my respect until he spanks up. Daddy can't come with the same gun. I passed the pole to me. Yeah, I think I gotta restart the TikTok live, bro. As far as taking anything else, it really is looking slow, bro. I want to take Nas bars, but it look like it's going about this without reclaiming this low first. So now I can give me an entry. Gold is too far away from the area where I want to buy. US 30 looks ass. NZD looks pretty ass. G8 looks ass. EU looks pretty ass. It's a little far away. AU looks pretty ass. GU looks pretty ass. Like nothing to that's like happening right now. Besides Nas 100, but it's going without us. It was good. You trade Forex? Yes, sir. What about you, bro? What about you, Angelo? What you trade? It was a good demo. What's up, Bryce? Welcome to the stream, man. If y'all new, let me know what y'all trade and how y'all trade. If y'all trade fair value gaps or support resistance or whatever, let me know how y'all trade. But the skill is hard. I just started watching videos and trying to teach myself how to trade, but because I want to learn. The skill is not hard, bro. Not gonna lie, it's not hard. What have you watching? I'm just out of curiosity. This the main pair you trade? Nah, I trade everything on here. I don't have a main pair. I focus on the quality of my setup, not just being in any given setup. So I trade all of these pairs here, but I rearrange them to what I'm looking at that specific day. I focus on the quality of the setup, not just being in any given setup. So I don't have a favorite. I just focus on the quality of each trade potential, and then I only focus on the high quality ones for that day. But from yesterday, this was the best. This and gold was my best two things that looked the cleanest, pairs that looked the cleanest. So these was the ones I ended up getting in on. And now that's 100 what I'm waiting for. This trade is from yesterday. This is a trade that I caught yesterday, and I'm still holding. And this is what I'm waiting for right now on NAS 100 is what I'm waiting to trade right now. I was looking at a brick retest. This area, it's going without me right now, but I want to see this low get retook first before I take a buy. So waiting to see if price can retake this low. Other than that, yeah, everything else that I would be open to trading just doesn't look clean enough to trade. Like all of these pairs look inside massive consolidations where I don't want to trade it at. So because it's low quality setups, and these other pairs, I'm only focusing on these three. Gold climbed 30 pips. 30 pips on gold is nothing though. 30 pips on gold is nothing. The move from yesterday was 300 pips. Look, y'all, hit every high notes. It's not hard. Hey, Nikki, I don't even know what that means. Just hit, just hit every high notes. It's not hard. What you mean hit every high note? I don't even know what that is, bro. Not gonna lie. You be watching TJR? You think TJR watching TJR is hard? Well, if his concept is too hard for you, how about you learn something a lot simpler? You don't have to trade like TJR. It's hundreds of different ways to trade. Not to toot my own horn or nothing. And I personally think I have the easiest shedding strategy to trade, to be honest. My shit's so simple. I just trade breaking retails at previous highs and previous lows. That's it. Remember your strategy again, especially how you set up your charts trying to take some notes. I got you. You want a whole top down analysis? I got you. I'm gonna take parcels off, more parcels off right here. I'm gonna hold more of a runner down here. You understand you ain't cashing up when it goes down. And Nikki, I have no idea what you're saying right now, bro. You understand you ain't cashing out when it goes down. If you're talking about me in this trade, I partial out my trades. I don't close full most of the time. I partial out slowly and let as price keep falling, that way I can catch the whole move. So I already took partials up here at a 1-to-1 risk reward. This is my 1-to-3 risk reward. I'm gonna partial out again. Then I'm gonna leave a small runner to down here. But I am looking to scale in on this trade here to take another entry as we break and retest this low right over here to add more size. That's the plan. So, hey, Demo, give me a pair to do a breakdown on. It could be any pair. It could be a futures pair. It could be a Forex pair. It could be any pair. Give me a pair you want me to do a top down analysis on, and I'll do one right now. I don't want to do any of these because I already did these already. So just give me another one that's not here. GBP USD. All right. GBP USD. All right. So the way I trade is in summary, I'm a directional bias trader. I trade with the daily 4-hour and the 1-hour direction, more so the 4-hour and 1-hour direction. And I use the 1-hour key levels to find potential areas to enter. After I find my 1-hour key levels, I go to the 5-minute time frame to take a trade. But ideally, I trade with the 4-hour and 1-hour direction, 1-hour key levels, 5 minutes for entries. So I do like to start my breakdowns, my top down analysis on a daily time frame. So I will start off on a daily time frame. And what am I looking for on daily? It's if we're making higher highs and higher lows, or lower lows and lower highs. If we just broke a previous high, or if we just broke a previous low. That is what I'm looking for on a daily time frame. So, as you can see on the daily time frame, we made a new high here. You might be thinking bullish, but no, I'm not thinking bullish. I am thinking bearish, because right after we made this new high, we then made a new low. So my daily is bearish. And let's go to the 4-hour. See what the 4-hour is telling me. 4-hour is bearish as well, because this low right over here is the start of a new trend. Also, we took out this low right over here. 4-hour is bearish, and our daily is bearish. Looking at our 4-hour structure, this is what I'm looking for. I see we have lower lows and lower highs, which is pretty clear. Because you could say this is going bullish here. Well, I don't think so. I just think it's giving us a deep retracement. You could say we're going bullish here. As price took out these highs. But we were bearish. Sorry about that. We were bearish, now we're going bullish on the 4-hour time frame. So let's go on the 1-hour time frame and do the same exact thing. What am I looking for? Structure. Are we making new lows and new highs? Or new highs? We're making new lows or are we making new highs? In this case, we're making new highs. We broke above this lower high here. We decided to go bullish. We got our bullish structure. We have this. So we are bullish. So bullish on the 4-hour, bullish on 1-hour. I want to take buys more than sells. So now my question is, where do I want to buy at? Okay, price made this current high. This is our previous high or low, meaning the previous low that made a new high, being that we have this break of structure. And this is our previous high. So I'll use the previous high, mark this off at the level of support, resistance in this case. Well, it was resistance, now support. I'll mark off our current high as resistance and look at this range. We got a break, now we're getting a retest. We have some potential buys here. 5-minute time frame. I want to see the 5-minute structure now. You see lower lows and lower highs. I would just simply wait for my most recent lower high to get taken out to take a buy continuation. Stop loss below the low. Then I'll look to target a high. Outside of that, so my first trade idea will be break retest to this area. We already got the break. Now we got the retest. We just need the structure to get broken. On the 5-minute time frame. Based off of our sells, I wouldn't want to sell until our 4-hour goes bearish. And you might be wondering, where do our 4-hour goes bearish? Our 4-hour doesn't go bearish until we break our most recent higher low on that 4-hour time frame. And I marked it out earlier with it being this price point here. So I don't care if this level failed and it pulls back deeper. I'm still not looking for sells because sells is counter trend to the current time frame. I'd rather just wait for we have confirmations below this level where we decide to go bearish at, and then we can look to target these lows. As far as more buys, if I don't get a buy entry here, I'll look to take a buy entry here as we re-break this high and give us a break and retest. And if price this level fails and pulls back deeper, I would just simply use a fib, draw it from the lowest point to the highest point of that overall push, then look for a buy entry off of this fib level rejection. 9 times out of 10, I won't take the fib level play though. The simple fact that this buying here, I will be buying right into this area, right? So price could easily just reject here, come back up here, and then continue down. And this previous level of resistance could hold and continue lower, making me lose this trade. So ideally, I wouldn't buy off of this fib low. If price does give me a deeper pullback that pulls back into that fib level, I would rather just wait for price to start trading back above this area again, wait for a new 1-hour closure, and then take the buys to continue higher. Give me a little later of an entry in terms of using that fib level, but it is a higher probability setup, just waiting for that reclosure back above this level. So you can have some potential buys on GU as price come back and close above these highs here. I wouldn't even use this high. I would use these ones because I'm looking lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, equal lows. Then you could take some buys right here, right? But these would have got triggered already. You would have been in some drawdown. And it's overall consolidation. So I would rather wait for price to close above the consolidation for buys. So if I'm going to close above this area, you can take some buys. Stop loss below these lows down here. I wouldn't do 11 pips. I would do 15 pips. So it'll be about right here. Then I would look to target our previous highs looking left. Something like this. And then above this target, where if I have a further target to see if price wants to really run, I look to target this area right here. Something like that. Hopefully that makes sense. And I do that for whatever I trade. It don't matter what market it is. I do that same top-down analysis for whatever it is. Nothing changes between my strategy from the different stuff I trade. I know a lot of people say I only trade futures, or I have a different strategy for futures, or I have a NAS 100 strategy, or I have a US 30 strategy. I have a different strategy for this. Like, no, I trade the same thing on everything. I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's futures, Forex, index, commodities. Like, I don't care what it is. I do the same approach. You could do NQ. Yeah, I already have one. NQ is the same as NAS 100. If you want to see it on NQ, I'll show you on NQ. Actually, how do I make long position, short position to match up with the actual trade? I'll show you that in a second. Let me do this NQ first. So look on the daily time frame. NQ is at all-time highs, so we're overall aggressively bullish. Not too much levels to base it off of though, but you see we are definitely making higher highs and higher lows. Going to 4-hour time frame, we are making clear higher highs and higher lows again. As you can see, this is our 4-hour bullish structure. So our 4-hour is bullish, our daily is bullish. Looking at our 4-hour specifically, we have this current high right over here, this previous higher low, and this previous higher high. Current high, previous higher low, meaning the lowest point before we made a new high, previous higher high, right? So this is the range we get. 4-hour time frame, go to 1-hour time frame. This levels line up with the 1 hour as well. So we have a higher high, previous higher low, previous high. I mark off my previous high right over here, and the highest body to the lowest wick for potential rejection area. Now we're having this break and retest. So we already got the breakout. Now we're getting a retest. So we're looking for a trend continuation. Our daily is bullish, 4 hours bullish, and our 1 hour is bullish. So I want to be taking buys overall. I'm not really looking to take sell opportunities. I'm only looking for buying opportunities because our overall time frames are bullish, and they're higher probable. They have a higher probability, right? Go to the 5-minute time frame. And then my break. We already got the breakout. We already got the retest, but the retest doesn't have enough structure for me. Based off of the retest, we took out this previous higher low on the 5-minute chart where we have higher high, higher low, higher high. We took out this higher low where we decided to go bearish. Now this bearish push was aggressive. It didn't really trickle down like this, so I didn't get an entry. Technically, if I want to buy, that's 100. I wouldn't buy until price break this high. This is the start of the push that took out this low. So this is ideally where I would want to buy at, but this is too far away, right? Buying up all the way up here, that means my stop loss have to be below these lows. And then as far as targeting the previous high, this is a negative risk reward. It's only 1 to 0.8. So it's not a trade that I'm willing to take, being as though the risk reward is less. So instead, I need to find a better entry. So I go back to the 5-minute chart, looking for a better entry. What do I need to see before I see a better entry? Well, I need to see price come down to reclaim a 5-minute low. So meaning I need to see price come down, reclaim this low, or reclaim this low. If price doesn't reclaim a low, it creates a lower high, and then re-break this high, then I'll be a little bit more open to taking this 5-minute breakout above this area. Give me a better entry than having to enter all the way up here. Same stop loss and the same target. And now my risk reward is a little bit more on the positive side now. We'll be in a 1 to 1.5 at our first target. And then we can look for a further target somewhere up here. But this is at all-time highs, so there is no structure to base a target off of. So I would really just close my trade right over here because there's no more structure up here other than this level here. So I need to see some kind of pullback on the 5-minute chart first. Then I'll look to take longs on NQ or NAS 100, whatever you want to call it. Okay, let me actually parse out this position before I lose it. All right. I'm out 90% of this trade. I got a little 10% runner. of my size for about trying to hit like a 1 to 7 on this trade with a smaller runner. That'd be cool. But I'm out 90% of this trade, so I really don't care what happens after this point. Let me do demo. Lastly, how do I make my long position, short position tool to match up with my actual trade? So to do that, you double click on your long position or short position, go to inputs, and where you see entry, look on your broker or your trading terminal, copy that number and put it here. Then it'll automatically set your entry at whatever your broker entry was. Then as far as your stop loss, do the same thing. So whatever your stop loss is that you set on your broker, put it here. And then for take profit, you put it here. So all you gotta do is just double click on it and change the entry price, the price for profit, and your price for stop loss, the same numbers as you have it on your broker or whatever your trading terminal was. Thanks, man. Things makes much more sense. I've been watching vids trying to stick to a simple skill. Now, yeah, it's best to keep it simple, I think. Simple is easier, right? I don't really want to sit here thinking of all this different overcomplicated stuff to try to make it a financial decision when it comes to where I'm putting my money as far as buying and selling. That's too much work. I keep my shit simple because less is more in trading to me. What is the best trading New York session, London or Asian? I think London session is the best time to trade. The reason why I think, and keep dropping, the reason why I think London session is the best time to trade is because New York session has more volume, but the only reason why the New York session has more volume is because New York session and London session overlap. Meaning it's not just New York session during that New York session time. It's New York session and London session. That's what gives it more volume. Asian session has no volume. It's pretty much trash. And London session has decent volume with no news. So London session is the best thing to trade because with trading New York session, you got to worry about CPI, you got to worry about FOMC, you got to worry about interest rates, you got to worry about them things affecting the actual price. London session, I don't have to worry about news. That's why I like to trade, and I don't trade news. If I'm in a trade coming up to news, then I like say I'm in the trade and it's 7:30 and I got news at 8 o'clock. I'm gonna be closing that trade by 8:55. I don't give a fuck where it's at. Damn. That shit was just up here 2 seconds ago. How did shit get all the way down here? Yeah, so if you somebody that wants to trade news, that higher volume news, impulse randomness to me, because I think it's really fucking random and I don't pay attention to fundamentals, then New York session will be for you. But I don't trade New York session because I don't watch news. So when I come to chart, I don't even have to look at Forex Factory because 9 times out of 10, there's no news going on during the London session. All right, so NAS 100 is setting up. I'm looking at bonds above this area. If price comes up, creates a lower high, re-breaks this low, then I would set my buy stop at this area. So depending on how far price pushes down with making these lower highs is where I get my buy stop at. But so far, based off the current price, I'm looking at buying above this area. Let's go trading sessions. Trading sessions, images. So yeah, this is why this is wrong. Here we go. This is why London New York session has a lot of volume, is because during New York session, it is also London session. So from that 9:30 to that 11, this is still London session as well as it being New York. That's what gives this quote unquote New York session so much volume, right? Because you have the London and New York overlap. And you also have news during these 8 to 10 hours, be having news events, right? A lot of the times throughout the week. So I don't trade news, so I don't trade this time. But as far as just trading London from 3 to about 6 is where I decide to get off most of the time. I trade pre-London, so I really started at like 1. But during this time, there's no news and it's clean price action and it's a decent amount of volume. Not too much volume, not as much volume as during this time, but it's still clean volume with no news. And if you want to find this, you can just Google trading sessions EST and you will see a bunch of different examples on showing you when London session and New York session overlap. And as far as Asian session is just trash overall. Like, I don't trade Asian. Have you have any videos of your strat? Yes, I do. How long have you been trading? I've been trading for 4.5 years, almost 5 years. If you go on my YouTube channel, you will see multiple videos of my trading strat. Not just chart breakdowns. Well, you'll see chart breakdowns on how I actually market my chart and the things I look for. Again, everything you see on YouTube will be repetitive, because the reason why it will be repetitive is because I trade the same way every single day. So based off my YouTube, nothing is going to change. Based off my live stream as well, nothing is going to change. I do the same thing every single time. My trading strategy is really fucking boring, really still, really simple. So you're not gonna see me marking up new levels or trying to trade some new shit. I do the same thing every single time. But like if you watch my live trading videos, my live trading recaps or whatever, when I make breakdown videos, like the before and after, the during, like kind of videos like this where I call this trade live, what happens next. Like, this is what I'm doing before I actually get in the trade. What am I actually looking at? My scaling position, as you can see, this price point to the left hand side, this is real price action or in real time. And you fast forward. This is me managing my trade. Just fast forward the whole video so you see the price action going a lot faster. This is where I partial out at, things like that. Again, it's real boring, real dry, but I'm not here to entertain you. I'm here to teach. So I don't really care about it being boring. As long as you take value from it, then I don't really care. So you will see endless videos on my YouTube channel about how I trade. When you want to see like how I market my charts beforehand, like full top-down analysis, watch my pre-market videos. I make these videos every week where I do go into my top 3 pairs for that week, breaking down the charts on Sunday before market opens. So those kind of videos, you see my full top-down analysis before price markets opened up to get an idea on what am I looking for as I'm talking you through it. And if you want to see how I actually enter and exit the market, you can see my live trading videos to where stuff like this. I call this trade live. This was another live trade video, another live trade video. This is me breaking down price action, a weekly pre-market analysis. This is another detailed version of my strategy. This is 6 months ago. I've been trading the same way for like, well, I've been trading this strategy for like a little over a year now, because I had a different strategy before this one. But yeah, this is my YouTube channel. If you want to watch videos, if you don't want to, if you want to watch, go to my live streams. You can see my previous live streams from every day that I live trade and watch them in real time to see how I'm actually entering and exiting the market. You don't have to watch the whole thing. You can skim through it if you want to. But again, this is in real time on how I'm actually entering and exiting the market. On TikTok, I don't think I can show you my past broadcasts. But on YouTube, I live trade on YouTube and TikTok at the same time. So if you want to see past broadcasts for something that you missed or you want to rewatch what I already did, you will find that on YouTube. So even after this TikTok live is over, if you want to rewatch it or look at something that I revisit something that I already explained on this TikTok live, but you can't find a past broadcast, just go on to YouTube and then you'll see everything. So like I'm actually live right now on YouTube as well. That way the past broadcast stuff can save. What you aim for, 2 to 1? I don't trade risk reward. I trade price action. So I don't aim for a specific risk reward. I trade for, okay, I have a minimum of a 1 to 1. Let me say that. I have a minimum of a 1 to 1 and I punch out my position. So I won't trade anything less than a 1 to 1. And I don't really chase 1 to 2s or 1 to 3s. I take whatever the market gives me and I punch out my position. If you go on my TikTok, I have a TikTok video of how I manage my trades. I think the TikTok video is called, I don't know, let me see what it's called. This, my risk management plan. So when it comes to risk reward ratios and things like that, how I actually break down my trades and how I partial out is in this video. So I don't really chase specific risk rewards. I partial out my positions until it finally gets liquidated. Like this GBP position here, I partial out at a 1-to-1, partial out at again at a 1-to-3, and I'm trying to hold full more to a 1-to-7. So, yeah. Do you partial out losses? Nah, I don't partial out losses. If I lose, I lose. No point in partial out on a loss. That doesn't make sense. The reason why I don't partial out losses is because whenever I take a trade and I put the risk on the table, whatever percentage it is I'm risking, I accept that risk like I'm okay with losing that money. So whenever I accept the risk that I'm okay with losing that money, then there's no point in partial out because I already accept the risk. Then why partial out winners? That is a valid question. That is a very, very, very valid question. But the answer to that question is I partial out winners because you don't know how far those winners are going to be or run. You don't know how far the runners are going to run. A trade could be a 1-to-1 and then reverse, and then you overall trying to chase that 1-to-2 and then end up turning a winning trade to a losing trade, even though it hit a 1-to-1. A 1-to-1 is technically a winning trade because if you put a $1,000 investment into a property, not a property, let's say you put a $1,000 investment into something, and that investment gave you back your initial investment plus an extra $1,000, then you won on that investment. So if I take a trade with $1,000 as my risk, and it doesn't never stop me out, then that trade ends up running $1,000 in profit, meaning I'm making $1,000 if I close right now. Then that is a winning investment. But if it's floating and you don't close anything out of it, and that $1,000 that was floating ends up turning into negative equity, meaning it's now hits your stop loss minus 1,000, you let a winning investment turn into a losing investment just by chasing that 1-to-2 risk reward. So technically a 1-to-1 is still a winning trade, but chasing that higher risk rewards without partialing out at least something is letting your winners turn into losers. And you don't know how far your winners are going to run for winners, guaranteed. Some trades, like I want to find an example. Some trades don't always make it to your full take profit level. Sometimes it may put you at if you have a 1-to-3 risk reward, sometimes it may give you 1-to-2.7 and then reverse. It may give you 1-to-2 then reverse. It may give you 1-to-1 and then reverse. Not going to always hit your target to the pit. So to avoid that randomness, if you partial out every single time, you don't got to worry about hitting your target to the pit because you making money as you're partialing out the whole entire time. So I'm big on systems. I'm big on the way I approach the market and doing the same thing every single time. That way, if it doesn't play out the way I want it to play out, I overall still took the proper procedure. That way, when it does play out the way I want it to play out, I do the same thing every single time, so it really doesn't bother me when it comes to psychology, things of that nature. Like imagine you having a 1-to-2 risk reward. Price goes up to a 1-to-1.7. It then stops you out. What is that going to do to your mental, knowing you didn't take no profits out of that? So you risk $1,000 per trade and you see $1,700 in profit. Trying to chase a 2K day. You see $1,700 in profit, and then because you're chasing that 1-to-2, you end up letting that $1,700 unrealized P&L get taken away from you. What is that going to do to your psychology? You can be like, damn, I could have closed here, I could have closed here, I could have did this, I could have did that. Then you're gonna be beating yourself up on the head, thinking about what you could have done or what you should have did. To avoid that mental barrier, that mental strain, partial out and does it. But knowing that you took something, it's not going to bother you because you know you walked away with something. That's how I look at it. Statistically, you got to find your sweet spot for expansion and position and take full profit there. I get what you're saying though. I mean, yeah, I could agree, but that's unnecessary work that I don't want to do. So again, it's the market doesn't do the same thing every time, so it's not going to always give you. And it may come to your expansion point, and you don't know if market's going to reverse at that area or go against you at that area until it already starts going against you. Things like that. So again, that's more opening up a level of randomness because this price action is random, right? It's make patterns, but all the patterns don't get respected. All the patterns don't get held. It may make a pattern and then run deep in profit and then reverse. It may make a pattern, then run deep in profit and never reverse, and just keep going the fuck up, right? And make new highs. That's how all-time highs is conceived. You get all-time highs by price making new fucking highs and not rejecting off of the area that you thought it was going to reject off of, being able to make it an equal high, things like that. So that is also still a level of randomness. So to combat randomness, you have a system and do the same system no matter what the randomness is happening on the chart, and it won't affect you. Nah, taking partials don't leave a lot of money on the table. And at the same time, it's not about leaving money on the table. I don't chase money. I chase percentage gains. So whatever happens, happens, whether I'm in the trade or not. And as long as I'm making money, I don't care about what I could have did. Basing your trading psychology or your trading strategy based off of what you could make or what you could do or where price could go is more so randomness. It's too random. Just like you could make $1,000 on a trade. If you'd have risked more, you would have made 10 bands. You'd have risked more than that, you would have made 100 bands. So having that, it could have. Or when that's the mindset of leaving money on the table, means something could do, or where you could have closed, or if you could have held, if you could have got out full here. I'm a very boring and strategic trader. I have a system, and no matter what the price action says, I do the same system every single time I approach the market. If I have a trade that goes to 1-to-1, what majors you like to trade? If I have a trade, everything you see here on this watch list is everything I trade. If I have a pair, if I take parts at a 1-to-1, and then it comes to stop loss, so what? Fuck it. I'm gonna take the same setup again and take a partial at a 1-to-1 next time I see it. If I take partial at a 1-to-1, then I take another partial at a 1-to-3, and then it goes stop loss. Guess what? I'm not gonna care because I already took partial at a 1-to-1. I already took partial at a 1-to-3. I've still made money on that day. If I take partial at a 1-to-3, at a 1-to-1, and then a 1-to-3, then I leave it running for a 1-to-10, and it doesn't never come back. Guess what? I still don't care. I'm still gonna take a partial at a 1-to-3 and a 1-to-1. I'm not gonna say, damn, I should have held full to a 1-to-10. Or I'm not gonna say, damn, I should have held full to a 1-to-5. I don't really care. I do the same thing every single time, no matter what price action shows. But I don't have a favorite pair to trade, nothing like that. I base my trades off of the quality of the trade. So I know a lot of people say they only trade NQ, or they only trade ES, or they only trade gold, or they only trade this. Right? They only trade 1 to 2 pairs. I don't believe that. I don't believe in trading 1 to 2 pairs, because 1 to 2 pairs will have you taking lower quality trades just because those are the only 2 pairs that you are actively watching. Watching more pairs lets you diversify your trades, also while only focusing on the high quality trades. So I avoid A-rated setups. I avoid B-rated setups. I avoid C-rated setups just by having more pairs in my arsenal that I'm open to trading. I only take A+ trades. I only take high quality trades, unless I'm just feeling risky and I'm like, fuck it. So that's why you see a lot of pairs over here. I trade all of these pairs and I rank them from best to worst. So you will see my watch list over here fluctuate like in order. The ones you see bookmarked are the ones that I'm actively looking at for that specific day. But tomorrow I might not be looking at these 3. I might be looking at UJAU and US30. Right? So I'm more so focusing on quality of trade. I break down all these pairs here. So as you can see, if I click on like one of the ones at the bottom, this is something I'm not open to trading. Now I traded this last week. I got a trade here last week. I don't delete my positions either. So after I take a trade from here on the ref on out, you will always see the same pair in my chart if I go back in the past. But based off this current price action, I don't want to trade this range. So instead of trying to force a trade inside this range, I trade something that looks a lot more cleaner, because this move already happened. This is a price action that I don't want to trade in, so I trade something else. Then I had this price action. Again, This is an overall consolidation. I don't want to be trying to guess the direction inside the overall consolidation. There's no decision at this area about the direction. So I just don't trade it. So this is what I mean by, even if I look to take a sell here, because it's been playing around this area, right? I look to take a sell up here. It's still a low quality trade because the direction is not clear. It's not making a clear higher high or a clear lower low. Or so, because it's not clear, is in the indecision level, I just won't trade it at all. And I keep doing this until I find something that's good enough to trade. Like the GU, like these are the trades that I took last week and the weeks before that. I took trades here, took trades here, took trade here. But based off where price is currently at, I don't want to trade this price action no more. I don't like the price action, so I don't trade it. Same thing with EU. I took a loss here on EU. That's the most recent time I traded EU. But based off of this price action, I don't want to trade it. I will do like price action above here, but I'm already have my stuff picked out for this week. So I mean for today, so I don't really look at this. NZD-USD, again, this is price action I don't want to trade in. I only want to trade the cleaner levels, the cleaner structure, this overall consolidation, indecision. I don't want to trade in this indecision. So look at something different. So today, my clean levels ended up being gold, GBP, CHF, and NAS 100. So gold being though, we have clean structure to the left-hand side to look to fill, which we already just got filled just now. This was yesterday's trade, trading above this price action. We have a clear direction, meaning we're making higher highs and higher lows. It's very clear, very obvious. No guessing I have to do here. So this was a good setup. Same thing with NAS 100. We're clearly making new higher highs and higher lows, clearing the uptrend. I don't have to guess what the way the market is going to go. It's clear as day that it's going bullish. I just need to be precise on where I want to actually buy at. Same thing with GBP CHF. We're clearly bearish, right? I don't have to do no guessing on if you're going to go higher or lower. So just eliminates the guess by focusing on the quality of the trade instead of trying to force a trade in any given pair that I think is my only two pairs I trade, being though like AS and NAS or GJ and gold. Like if they look trash, I just won't trade it. I'll just trade something that looks a lot more cleaner. I only take A+ setups. Even if the setup is an A, I'll only look for A+ setups. Now I will take an A-rated setup if it's later on in the week and I'm already agreeing on the week or something like that, and I'm already like decently up, then I'll take like a lower quality setup, like an A or a B-rated setup. Not really a B. I'll take an A-rated setup. But now I don't know about a B. B-rated setup's kind of ass. But for the most part, I only take A+ setups. That doesn't mean I win every setup, because A+ setups do lose as well. But I literally only take A+ setups. I got up to 330 and I'm back at $7. Super sad. So what do you mean? You're talking about your personal account to where you gain it to 330 in size, and then you started losing it and it dropped down to $7? Is that what you're saying? Like I will go days. I think I went a whole week without trading gold one day. But 1 week. Gold was so fucking ass. And I said, I'm not trading this shit. And all my friends all my trading friends were like, yo, I'm getting fucked up on gold. I'm getting fucked up on gold. I'm getting fucked up on gold. And I'm like, bro, I don't know why I trying to trade that price action anyway. That shit look ass. So like shit like that is like what I avoid. I would go a long ass time without trading that specific pair. I would take trades on other pairs, but if that pair is in the ass price action for days, even a week, I'm just not going to trade it. I'm just going to trade something else that looks more clean. Like NAS 100 back here. Like NAS 100 back here. I took a trade here. I had this target being these equal highs here, his target and then reverse. After it reversed and just started playing around right here, I didn't touch NAS since then. Until we made a clear direction again, making a new high at retest, and then I looked to trade it again. But after we overall picked the direction with this new high here. So after I take a trade, if shit start to look shitty, I just won't trade it. The same thing back here. I took a NAS play down back here. And right here, price came over here, started to consolidate. That's what I didn't do. I didn't take one trade in this bitch because I didn't like the price action. I just waited till it made better price action. And then again, we made a new high right over here. And then guess what? I started to trade it because we had a clear direction. If there's no clear direction, I just won't trade it at all. But I don't delete my position. Like you can see, I took a loss here on gold. Took a win here on gold, win here on gold, win here on gold, win here on gold, win here on gold. Wait, was this a win? Oh yeah. No, this was break even. This was break even. So I got 1-1, and then I got broke even on this. So this was a break even trade. So looking at price action to the left, I don't delete my previous orders. Like I still have my previous orders. I always lock them. So you guys see I lock them up here. And then when I clear my chart, I delete everything besides the orders. So you see none of my orders delete. And that's how I'll be able to review what I did previous weeks ago. That way I don't have to keep trying to journal and all that kind of stuff. I could just delete all my shit. My pairs still stay. Then I'll look to review them that way. I think this was a break even as well. This was a break even as well. Both of these were break even. What do y'all like to trade in the chat though? Let's look at NAS. No, I can't force myself into taking plays because I only take A-rated setup. Why do you think I can force myself into taking plays? The point of me having a watch list is so I don't force myself into taking plays. So what makes you think having one is going to make me take unnecessary plays? That doesn't make sense. The point of the watch list is to not force trades or force pairs. How much you up today? I didn't take a trade today. I took a trade yesterday. I took 2 trades yesterday. The 2 trades I took from yesterday, I called them both on live, but I had to get off the live and go to the gym. So I did call them on live, but it didn't happen until I got off the live. So before I got off live, I said, I want to see this low get reclaimed. And I'll take a buy if we have a market structure shift in a 5-minute time frame at a break of a high. And then I think price was down here or something like that when I said that before I ended the live. It eventually got triggered. I said the same thing with GBP CHF before I ended the live, giving me entry up here. But it was time for me to go to the gym. I normally get off the charts by 6 a.m. But so these are the 2 periods that I traded yesterday. I'm out this position full. I'm looking to buy again down here. As far as GBP CHF, I closed 90% of my position. I still have a 10% runner of my overall size, trying to hold that 10% to all the way down here. That way I could catch a bigger move just to let my runner maximize my profits. Overall, I'm up decently on this trade idea. So I don't even care what happens after this. It's only a 10% runner. I really don't give a fuck what it does, to be honest. But these are the 2 trades I took yesterday. I haven't took a trade today yet. How often do you adjust your watch list? I don't. Well, as far as what's in it, I don't adjust it. But as far as rearranging it, like moving shit up and down for like what's at the bottom versus what's at the top every day. Every day, when I come to the chart, I delete everything that's like, when I come to the chart, like a new trading day, I will press the trash can, remove all drawings besides my positions, and I'll redo my analysis. Then as I redo my analysis, the stuff that looks high quality, I just put them back to the top. So I'll just rearrange it like this, and I'll have a different top 3 up here. Then I'll unbookmark these, and I'll bookmark my new top 3, and this will be only 3 I look at for that day. So as far as today, these are the only 3 I'm looking at. I don't care about nothing else down here because this is my 3 for today. So based on my watch list, I only have like my top 3, and then those the only 3s I look at for that day until the next day. Then I'll rearrange it based off of what's the best price action now. So yesterday, gold and GBP CHF was in my top 2. These are the only 2 I was looking at because I didn't see nothing that was anything else that was like A+. Now eventually I added NAS into that. So now it became 3 for today. But if this stays the same tomorrow, then I'll look at trade all 3 of these again tomorrow. If these pairs start to consolidate or be in the indecision level, then I'll just remove these and add something else based off of down here. And that's how I go about not being not forcing trades or not taking the low quality trades just because that's the move of the day. I'm not really a scalper. I'm more of an intraday trader. I hold trades for about 4 hours on average. So being though I'm holding trades for about 4 hours on average, I don't care about the intersection volume. I don't care about the intersection direction. I'm looking to catch the move of the whole entire day, not just the move of right now or the move of London session. So if a trend is overall in a downtrend, but for that session is in a bullish retracement, you're not going to see me trying to buy that bullish retracement. I'm just going to wait until the downtrend shows me a continuation, or I'm going to trade something else that's actually pro trend. Just for the simple fact that I'm looking at the move of the overall day, not just the intersection move. Right? It could be a bearish pair, but just for London session, it could be bullish, and it could be in a retracement trade. It could be in a retracement phase, setting up for a New York session play. Right? I'm probably not going to be here for a New York session play. So instead, I'll just trade something different instead of trying to catch that counter trend trade to set up for New York. It doesn't make sense. Or I'll just take it during New York. That's just me though. Okay, might get some buys up here. We took out this low right over here. Created a lower low, lower high. Now we're making a new low. If we could follow the time frame, could shift bullish above this area, I'll look to take these buys, stop loss below these lows all the way down here. Give me a very, very good entry, relatively close to the bottom of the range. Then we can look to target the top of the range, meaning these previous highs right over here. What I want to 2.5 risk reward. That's what I'm looking at. Also, this 5-minute internal structure, and this 5-minute market structure shift also lines up with a 1 hour, our current 1 hour candle wick. So if you look, see how I marked out this high right over here. This, if I go to the 1 hour time frame, this is also the top wick of that current 1 hour candle. Meaning, if this 1 hour candle could flip bullish and break its own high, I'm open to taking this trade, anticipating that we're going to at least fill this wick to the left hand side right over here. Then I'll try to fill the whole range. Also, if it doesn't happen in this 1 hour candle and it creates like a 1 hour doji kind of setup, closing back above this area, not necessarily below this wick down here, then our next 1 hour candlestick open and breaks this previous candle high, then you have like a pin bar and then a bullish engulfing kind of scenario. Then that's another high quality reversal pattern as well, where you have a price coming down to an area of support, slowing down in volume, giving you indecision candles like dojis or pin bars, and a bullish engulfing signal in reversal off of this area to look target these highs over here. That's the plan. But I can show you previous price action that where I took the same trades on other pairs and that happened just like that. Let's go. Was it back here? But that wasn't it. Was this it? Okay, here we go right over here. Where I said we have a break, a retest. On the retest, price slow down in volume, give you a pin bar kind of candlestick. That's this candlestick right over here, where we didn't close below the level, but we have a equal wick to the upside, upper and lower wick. So it'll be an indecision candle. Then we have a follow-up 1 hour bullish engulfing. That's this 1 hour candlestick here. We have a massive bullish engulfing. Now look to target previous highs. Go on a 5-minute chart. That bullish engulfing candle also gave us this 5-minute market structure shift where we have price coming down to take out this low first. Then you have lower lows and lower highs. Then we eventually rebroke the high that created that low. And that gave us this 1 hour bullish engulfing. So here is an example of how the 5-minute lines up with the 1 hour time frame. Same thing here. With this break and retest. Guess what? This retest came aggressive. Price slowed down in volume. You see massive rejection wicks all right here. And then guess what? As we get that 5-minute internal structure shift bullish, where price took out this high, then took out this low. I waited for price to re-break this high that previously made this low for entry. And guess what that entry was? Also a 1 hour bullish engulfing with this candle right over here after the entry, meaning we created a doji candle, equal wicks to both directions. Then we broke that previous candlestick high and it continued higher, giving us that bullish engulfing effect. Being as though I trade with higher time frame directional bias with lower time frame entries, it's important to note that the lower time frames tells you how the higher time frames will close. So to put that in perspective, in every daily candlestick, there are 6 4-hour candles. In every 4-hour candlesticks, there are 4 1-hour candles. In every 1-hour candlestick, there are 12 5-minute candles. So if you see that the 5-minute is printing higher highs and higher lows clearly, that lets you know that that 1-hour candlestick most likely is going to close bullish because we are bullish on a 5-minute chart. Think of the 1 hour. See, our 1 hour time frame is printing clear higher highs and higher lows. It lets you know that that 4-hour candle probably is going to close bullish because the 1 hour trend is bullish. Same thing with the 4-hour time frame. If you see the 4 hour making clear higher highs and higher lows, that lets you know that the daily candlestick will most likely close bullish just because the 4-hour time frame is showing you the detail on what's going on in that daily time frame. Each lower time frame is just a detailed description on what's going on in that higher time frame candle. So using a 5-minute for entry is helping me predict how that 1 hour candlestick will close. So if I use a 5-minute break of structure, if I use a 5-minute market structure shift for entry at a major key level, at the break of that also lines up with the break of that previous hourly high. 9 times out of 10, that if my 5-minute is bullish at that same exact time, that 1 hour candlestick will close as a bullish engulfing. And it happens over and over and over again. And that's like a fucking great, like one of my best, not one of my best, it is my best trade. When the 5-minute time frame is giving me that market structure shift at a major key level with the previous 1 hour doji candle or previous 1 hour pin bar candle that lines up with a follow-up 1 hour candle being a bullish engulfing. I could show more examples of it as well. Let's look at UJ. I think I took a lot of trades on UJ recently. Okay, so this is one back here. I was looking at the break and retest of this area. We have the break, the retest again, slowed down in price. We have a doji candlestick right over here where we have equal wicks. Price give us a deeper retracement though right after that. On that deeper retracement, you see we have price took this low right over here, gave us a lower low, lower high, equal lows. Then we started to take these highs. I waited for a nice strong closure above this area while I took my buy, stop loss below these lows, and then loaded for price to give you a trend continuation. This was my 5-minute market structure shift. We go on a 1 hour time frame. This 5-minute market structure shift. This market structure shift right over here also gave us what? A bullish engulfing on this candlestick right here. And then this was a nice trade. Let's look, see where else. Let's look down here. So I was looking at back here. I was looking at this fib level retracement based off of this Fibonacci 50% area. That's what I'm looking to sell. You have a bearish engulfing right over here. We have a doji candle. Let me know that price is in the indecision area with this doji candle and this doji candle right over here. Let's go to the 5-minute chart now. Looking at the 5-minute chart back over here. We took out this high, making our 5-minute bullish. Order for price to then re-break the low that created that shift to take out the high, which was right over here. I said I had to take a sell, stop loss above these highs right over here. And then I had to 1 hour target. If we go back to 1 hour time frame, guess what we have? Indecision candle, bearish engulfing. See how that happens? We got the indecision candle right here, and we got the bearish engulfing right here. This is an example of the 5-minute time frame telling you how the 1 hour candlestick will close. And it happens over and over and over again, bro. Let's look at this example. Even though I lost this trade. Let's look at this example. This is the area I was looking to trade off of. Price created some, had a break in the retest. Let's look at the pullback on this retest on a 5-minute chart. On this 5-minute chart, we have equal highs. Price started the range. We had a new high right over here, being this high, breaking above all of these highs to the left-hand side. Waiting for this price to take out this low. I got my sell in this area, had my stop loss above this high that overall ended up getting taken out. Look at that in the 1 hour time frame. I was anticipating that as we took this low here, this 1 hour candlestick will close bearish engulfing. We came up in some profit. I anticipated that price was going to close below this low. It just didn't close below this low. Then I ended up getting taken out this position. But yeah, so not all the time it works, but most of the time, the 5-minute time frame tells you how the 1 hour candlestick will close. In this case, I was wrong. And the overall being a reverse, not a reversal, but just a deeper retracement. So this level, I was just wrong. I wasn't wrong about the direction. Because I'm a directional bias trader, I feel like the market can only go 2 ways. The market either go bullish or bearish. It can either go up or down. So if you could just be right about the direction consistently, you already completed half the work. Means though the market can either go up or down. So after completing half the work, you just got to refine your entries and get better at timing when it's going to go up or down. So in this case, I was right about the direction. As you can see, price did still continue down, but my timing was just off. I was a little bit too early, and overall price ended up giving me a deeper retracement into this fib level. I tried to trade off of this level right over here, but instead price gave me a deeper retracement. Then I still took sales later on, but I ended up losing this one, and I didn't give me an entry to off of these ones right over here. So then I got this sell off of this same exact level. And then I had a scale in off of this level here. As would be made an equal lows, wait for price to break below these previous lows, go back into this area, and I'll take another sell. So being as though the market can either go up or down, just being about the right side, being on the right side of the market, whether it's bullish or bearish, is completed 50% of the job. All you have to do after that is just get better at timing when the market is going to go up or down with the intersection volume. Is it going back up? Is what going back up? No, those trades I was just going over, those was old trades. Those was trades from back here. Hopefully what I just explained makes sense though. Let's see what NAS 100 is doing so I don't miss the entry here. But let's see how that 1 hour close. Okay, we didn't close below, so. I'm gonna stay on here for about 6 more minutes, maybe, and I'm getting out. I'm tired of sitting here, not gonna lie. Y'all want to see more videos of me trading or rewatch past broadcasts? Like we want to rewatch this stream or whatever the case may be. You could look on my YouTube. It will be the recording of this TikTok live stream will be on YouTube as well, just without the face cam. If you want to see more videos of me breaking down charts or like my chart analysis or how I actually trade in live markets, like live market breakdowns and stuff like that, you can go to my videos, and I have multiple videos based off of how I trade in real time. Yeah. If you go on my YouTube channel, hit the more links. I have a free Discord community as well for people to join if you want to join my Discord. I have also Instagram where I post trading reels. I'm starting to do skits, trading skits to like for entertainment purposes, but I do a lot of educational stuff on Instagram as well. And inside my Discord community, let's go over that real quick for anybody that wants to join. In my Discord community, you have announcements where I post whenever I go live. If I ever take a trade before I go live, like where I'm eating or something and I'm about to go live, but I'm not live yet and I'm looking at a setup, I will send them in the general chat room. As you can see here, scrolled up. This was like a trade I took before I got on live. I mean, after live. So this was like 5:30. I said I'm waiting for this next 100 play on 5-minute time frame. I sent my buy stop where I'm looking to trade at based off of this buy here. This is before, and this was before as well, before I got triggered. And then eventually I got triggered, and this was the play that had ended up playing out. That overall NASDAQ 100 trade was this trade back here. But so if I ever take a setup before I get on live stream or after, without me giving y'all the breakdown before I actually end the stream, then you will be able to find that in the Discord community. It's free. You could join. I don't really care. If you have trading ideas where you looking at to mark up a chart and you want to see what I think about that chart or that pair, whatever the case may be, send in trade ideas. I will review it. If you want me to, just ping me and say what you think about this setup, Traderholic, and I'll give you my feedback based off the price action or the levels that you drew up. Also post psychology tips and risk management as well. Well, actually, I haven't started risk management. Every time I say that, I be forgetting about that I even have this section, bro. I be forgetting I have this risk management section. I do be posting like trading psychology tips and shit like that. But I be fucking forgetting about the risk management section. But if you want to see in writing of a text example of how I trade, how you doing that? Link in the description on my YouTube channel. The strategy talk is where I just have a full and detailed writing on what I look for, basically like my checklist. So this is what I do. High time frame buyers, I use a 4-hour time frame. Then if I level in a 1 hour, wait for buyers drop down to the 1 hour time frame. Like give me a detail on everything I just explained, but in writing. And sometimes on my YouTube video, when I do like price action videos or like educational videos on YouTube, not really live trading, but educational videos, I would submit homework in them YouTube videos. That way the people that are watching my videos have an understanding of what I'm trying to teach. That way it's not misinterpreted. So I will give like a homework lesson at the end of that video. So whenever I do homework, you will be able to submit that in the homework section. So from this video that I had, that how to read price action like a pro, this video had homework at the end of it, and then people submit their homework here, and then I review their homework, basically saying, giving feedback on the homework that they submitted, things like that. That way, I make sure whoever's watching the video understands what I explain, and just by me knowing that they understand it, by them showing me that they understand it. But to join this Discord, go on my YouTube channel, Traderholic FX. You should see my bio here. Click where right next to my Instagram link, it says 2 more links, and then you'll see a free Discord community right over here. If you don't see it, just shoot me a message on TikTok, and I will see the Discord link in the TikTok messages. I don't do this too often, but randomly I was sending like some motivational stuff like here for people that's like being discouraged or whatever the case may be. Whenever I just feel like, I don't know, it just be random. Like I would just randomly send some motivation or shit like that. But I take 1 to 2 trades a day really. Some more before and after. So this was before. This was where I decided to take parachutes. This was the whole trade idea. I took this trade on live as well. This was the before on GU. This was the after. This was the scaling. Same thing with NAS. This was the before on the sell. As you see, this is in real time with the live price action chart time right here for the however long that candlestick closed. This was the before. This was the after. This was the scaling. I took this trade on live as well. This was the EU. This is the last loss I took. I haven't taken a loss after this. So this was 11. The last day I had a losing trade was 11 days ago. Let that sink in. And every trade I took was on live. So if you don't believe me, watch all my previous lives from since the 11th, and you will see I didn't take not one loss. This was the trade I lost, but this was the before. This was the after. This NAS 100 trade is the trade I took the same day. So as you can see, this was the 11th at 4:33 a.m. Well, this is when I sent it. I took it during London session. I took this like at 1 a.m. or something like that. I took this at like 3 a.m., like 2 hours later. But these trades I took in the same exact day. This was my first loss during that day. Then I took a recovery trade to recover my previous loss. The recovery trade hit TP1. After we hit our first target, I waited for a pullback, and I took a scale in again to recover both of these losses and make profits on the day. So this was a very good day for me. These 2 trades right over here recovered this loss and some with this nice runner to look to target these lows that was right over here. Well, I took both of these trades on the live as well, the loss and the win. And this was actually the last time I took this loss. Also, remember when I said if I take a trade before I go on live, I would tell the Discord, whatever it's gonna be, like right before I go live. So in this case, this trade, it's the same as this trade. I said I'm in these sales on EU. I'm about to go live in a minute. I'm eating right now. So I was eating at the time. I was already in this trade. So I sent it in the Discord like, this is the trade I'm in, but I'm eating right now. I'm gonna go live after I'm done eating. And then eventually the trade ended up losing while I was on live. Then I recovered this trade on the live. But yeah. On average, I have about a 73%, a little over 70. But as far as recently, I haven't lost a trade since the 11th. July 11th was the last day I lost the trade. And if you don't believe me, if you think that's cap, all you gotta do, go on YouTube, go to view channel, go to lives, and you go watch any of these live trading videos, live trading streams since the 11th, however many days ago that was. I think it was 11 days ago. So you can start right here and see I haven't lost a trade since then. So any of these past broadcasts, you will see I didn't take not one loss in any of these. I think I'm gonna stand here for about 2 more minutes, so 4:15, then I'm gonna get off. Because NAS 100 look like it's giving us a fake out right over here. So if we get us a fake out, then I avoid a fake out. If we get a 1 hour closure below this area, I'll wait for the next 1 hour scan to close back above. So this 1 hour candlestick looking like it's going to close below. If it does close below, before I take a buy, I need a 1 hour candlestick to close back above this area. Then I'll take a break with that current 1 hour high. Stop loss below the low. I'll look to target this high. But until then, that's not going to happen until about 6 a.m. coming into pre-New York. So other than that, no trade today for me. I'm just still comfortable with these two trade. With this trade. This is what I mean by I only take A+ setups. If the trade looks choppy or doesn't give me a setup, I don't take it. If it's not an A+ setup, I don't take it. Unless it's a Thursday. If it's a Thursday or a Friday, when it's the end of the week, I'm already green in the week. I'm already up like 4 or 5% for that week, whatever the case may be. Just to like take another trade or like try to maximize my week potential, being as though I'm already green in the week, then I'll take a lower rated setup, like an A rated setup or like a B rated setup. But it's only during the end of the week. I don't trade in the middle of the week. Them shitty setups. Why Glorilla fucking busting in this song though? She just ran this hoe. I don't know if y'all can hear my music or not, but she ran this bitch. Okay. Oh, I'm not one of them niggas on TikTok that be gatekeeping either, bro. Like I don't gatekeep nothing, bro. I know I don't sell. Oh, if you join my wait. Disclaimer. If you join my Discord and somebody or you join any Discord that I'm actively in, it could be another streamer's Discord because I'm in some other streamers' Discords as well. If you join any Discord and somebody message you with a fake name Traderholic, because there are fake Discords in me, and they're trying to sell you something, it's not me. I don't sell anything. I don't offer any services. I do everything for the free ski at the time, for this moment. I don't sell signals because I live trade. I'm not going to make people pay for signals when I'm going to take a trade on live for free anyways, right? So that doesn't make sense to make people pay for signals when I'm taking trades on live. I don't sell mentorships. I don't sell a course. I don't sell none of that stuff. So if you join my Discord and you get a message from anybody that's named Traderholic or trying to impersonate me, I'm telling you right now, it is not me. So do not get scammed. I don't sell anything. I don't keep anything, nothing either. The way I trade on a live is the way I trade off the live. I'm not going to say, if you ask me something, I'm not going to say you got to buy something from me for me to tell you the answer to that. Like, I don't keep shit. You ask me anything, I'm an open book. I make money from trading already. I don't need to tell you anything. I make good money from trading. So I don't got to tell you shit. I live trade just for the entertainment of myself. That way I'm not bored sitting here just looking at the candlestick by myself. I live trade so I can talk to people, to be honest. So I'm not bored. But yeah. I'm off here though. It's your boy Traderholic. Thanks for everybody stopping by the stream. No trades today. Market was really slow. I was looking at a break retest over this area. Look like this area is getting faked out, so no trade just yet. If this 1 hour stick does close bearish below this level, I would simply wait for our 1 hour scan to stick to the next close bullish above the area, and now take a buy at that break of that previous 1 hour high. After a 1 hour closure back above this area. Other than that, if this 1 hour candlestick decides to just flip in the next fucking 8 minutes and take this high out, I will be taking that trade. That loss will be below that low, and I'm looking to target this highs up here. That's the trade idea that I'm looking at, but I'm about to get off here and get ready to leave the crib and go be productive in society. Yeah, that's the plan.